Hello again, friends. Guess who? This is Dan from Prayer Warriors, and today I'd like to continue with a Christmas themed topic. Where did the Magi meet Jesus, and why didn't they tell Herod as he asked them to? Well, we've all seen Christmas decorations that have a wooden stable and manger. Usually they show three Magi, Mary and Joseph, and baby Jesus in a wooden feeding trough. And that's okay, but reality is slightly different. Now, God used the Roman ruler Caesar Augustus to order a census for tax purposes just to get Mary and Joseph to relocate several miles to their ancestral home of Bethlehem, which means the house of bread. Now, when they had a census, what you do is you would go back to your ancestors' home. So both Mary and Joseph were descendants of King David, who was born in Bethlehem over 1,000 years earlier. Joseph through David's son Solomon, and Mary through David's son Nathan. Now, I covered this in topic 39, explaining that descendants from Jeconiah, who came directly through Solomon, had a blood curse on them by God, and they could not become king. And please see that video in links. Now, when they came to Bethlehem, we talk about the inn, and we should think of that a little bit differently. You would travel to the town that you were headed to and stay with relatives. The homeowners stayed in the bigger room, and the initial guests would stay in what was called the cataluma, a smaller room for guests. Now, the word translated in is a cataluma. Since they came later and the guest area was filled, they had to stay in what would be the basement or bottom floor with the animals. The animals were brought in at night for protection. The manger was made out of stone. Now, by the time the Magi visited, the Bible says they came to a house where Jesus and Mary and Joseph were, not the manger. See, they had traveled a great distance, and by that time, Jesus was probably a toddler by then. They traveled for a few years. Now afterwards, the Magi, who were dream interpreters, were warned in a dream to not go back to Herod, so they went home a different way. And when Herod found out, he was hopping mad. Herod was not really wrapped too tight, so he sent troops to the Bethlehem area, and I know he said, "Oh, let me know so I can come worship him." Well, he had a little bit different idea what worship was, because he had every male child 2 and under killed, because his wise men determined that the star had appeared about that time, within the last 2 years, and began to move to lead the Magi from that far away place. He didn't want to have competition for his throne. However, Herod died soon after that, so as the kids would say, na-na-na-boo-boo. Joseph had a dream to get out of Dodge, so he took Mary and Jesus down to Egypt to escape that coming slaughter. Now, did the Magi's going a different route away from Herod provide the escape time they needed to get to Egypt? Maybe. No matter. It was all, of course, orchestrated by God. Just remember, coincidence is not a kosher word. I've got the links below, and may God bless you.